Okay, this says I'm live on my mobile. Now, I am using my phone. I am out. I want to do some urban sketching, and I'm in a small town, and see that elevator? I want to sketch that elevator. But what I'm doing here, now let me back up and point up here. I've got this clip thing, this, no, you can't see it very well, gooseneck thing that it's a magnifying glass that I used to use for my needlework. Well, I still do, but I want to try a different setup here. I'm going to try to use these rubber bands to put my phone on my clip thing here, so a bit better. I'm going to go ahead and try a sketch and see how it works. I've been wanting to do some urban sketching. I'm in my sketchbook. You're not seeing the whole entire. I wish I could zoom out with taking my phone out, because all you see is this area here. So if I do a sketch on the top of one of these pages of those green elevators, this is the gal that I did. Let's see, can you see her? You can see almost all of her. I need my chair back, or maybe if I put my steering wheel up a little. You can see almost all of her. Maybe I need the phone up higher. That's what I need. I'm still testing. But if I move it over anyway, then that doesn't work either. I'm testing. Testing. Ooh, I can get in there. But what have you... But see, once I try this out and get working with it and get it up and going, that's what I want to do. You don't quite see the top of my... You do now, but boy, am I uncomfortable. I'm comfortable with it like this. And I have another book cover that I put behind this just to kind of give it some weight to work on. Let's go to a different page where I can see the paper more in my journal. Let's go to a white page, or a semi-white page, a cream-colored page. Let's go to this page. Let's go to this page. There. Now I'm pretty comfortable. Now, what am I going to sketch with? I have all sorts of pens and pencils in here, but I'm going to pull this. Oops. See, that's the other thing. I have to be careful of the cords. There. Am I still live? I don't know. I've been 7 minutes trying to get my phone set up. And then go live, I guess. It says I'm still live. Now, this is an unlisted live stream. So here's the top of my book right here. I can see that. So I'm just going to sketch this green elevator really fast. Starting at the top here. And I think you can see as I'm sketching, I'm trying to work with a better setup for my phone. And of course I redneck it. I was having it set up on my visor, my phone set up on my visor, and that worked for my old phone. My new phones, it's a little bit harder to do that with. Let's see, this has got some interesting pipes and wires coming out here. It's got a... Going clear down here. I call these green elevators I call them the skyscrapers of the Midwest. Now, one thing about doing urban sketching live here on YouTube, I'm using up my internet time. If I was just filming this, I wouldn't have as much of a problem. Let's put this band back on this. Yeah, hold my paper. Hold my book there. I think you're seeing it for the most part. You're just getting an idea of what I'm doing. Now it comes like that, and there's some... And I'm, you know, of course, I don't have all my watercolors out and all of that. Let's see, there's a piece that comes out this way. And this goes this way, and this comes way down here. And then there's another, it's kind of a silver, grayish green bin. You know, you see these on the farms all the time, these type of green bins like that. Okay, I've been doing this for 10 minutes. I'm going to see if I can't stop and go live. And no, I don't think I will. I need to practice this a little bit more. The thing about going live, you see it live, but I can't talk to you. I can't talk to you because I won't be able to see the chat through this phone. I won't be able to see the chat. Now there's a pole, a telephone pole that comes in here, but I don't like how he kind of blends in with all of this, so I'm going to move him over. I'm going to take some artistic license and move that telephone pole over here. And then it's kind of interesting how these things go, because this goes like this, the roof goes like that, and yeah, I guess it kind of follows the same same lines there on the gray one. And then there's another structure behind this. I guess they need all these structures to store all that green. And then there's some sort of, I suppose this helps either take the green in or out. And then there's another pole that goes down here to another bin over in here. And I'm just doing a fast sketch just because I want to test more. And then these wires come clear down. Let's get this pole in here. I moved this over a little, and it's still cold out in Nebraska. We were supposed to get really bad weather this weekend, but it hasn't hit us. It hasn't hit us, and that's a good thing. But I was planning on doing some urban sketching and some shopping and all sorts of stuff like that, and it's kind of put a damper on my day. Let's see, down here there's kind of like a door, and there's, of course, machinery in here. Let's put some machinery. One of those, I don't know what they call them. I'm not a farmer. One of these type of things. It's got a little wheel down here and a little wheel over there. The cars going this way. I suppose it's to help move the grain into the bins. It comes that way. And then there's a structure, poles going out that way. Get the idea. And then there's like a little wagon type trailer thing here with the wheels in it. And, oh, I almost wish I had my watercolor out, because I would love to, my water brush. And it's almost a pain getting it out for this. At home, I'll go in and put in the color. I'm almost wanting to smear this. But this is just a test. This is a test, first of all, to see what happens if I go live. Now, I've only been going live 13 minutes here. And when you go live, it's going to depend on where you are, what kind of an internet connection you can get. I'm getting a pretty good signal here, which kind of surprises me with all these grain bins around. And actually, this kind of has an opening thing there. And from here to here, so I got this way too high. But that's okay. I'm going to leave it there for now. I'm not going to worry about perspective and all that on this, because the only thing I'm worried about in this video is, can you see it? What is it looking like to you? And I almost wish my steering wheel would go up higher, or I could kind of, I'm going to play with my phone just a bit. Let's see if I can't move this and tip it. See, you're not seeing it all. There you're seeing it, but will you continue to see it? It needs to be, my phone needs to be up higher yet. And this, that's a little better, isn't it? I won't be able to, it almost needs to be up on the ceiling. But we'll have to play with different, I'll play with different things as I'm going. So I'm just going to put some shading in here, and this has a lot of lines going like this. This is a steel, and I'm putting in fast. Actually, they're straighter lines, and then they have lines coming around like this too. This is a grain bin up over in here. And then it has, I'm not paying so much attention to my sketch as I am to how I'm sketching it and what you're seeing. And then off over in here, there's some, can you see over here? Yeah, you can. There's some telephone posts coming down this way, going way down into the distance. And then way off over in here, there's the water pipe, the water stand. It's a great big, you know, I have to learn more about the water stands. And, you know, it always amazes me that they put this great big old steel structure way up in the air for a water pipe, the water tower. And then there's all sorts of little trees and buildings in here off in the distance. Little buildings and trees. I'm just going to do a bunch of little marks in here. And of course there's a road that this kind of angles off this way, comes way off this way. Yeah. The road comes this way, and of course I'm parked here, and so that's what I'm seeing looking that way. And there's probably trees in front of that water stand there, and there's a lot of lines in there, a lot of probably some structures back in there, some trees going on up in here. And you know, a lot of things here. I'm just drawing things. Of course, now I've gone into my grain bin there. That's the end of my grain bin. Yeah. This is kind of like the horizon line in here. And let's see. Let's go back, and now that I'm comfortable, I think, let's work a little bit more on this grain bin. Now, as I said, I'm not so concerned about this being a beautiful sketch as I am. This is just me testing, trying to get a good setup for when I go urban sketching. It's still kind of cold this weekend, so urban sketching isn't. I like to go in the spring, but I like to go when it's not too cold and not too hot. It gets too hot to go urban sketching too, just like it gets too cold. And this grain bin kind of comes into there. And like I said, there was another structure behind that. There's actually a roof, a building. This is actually way out of proportion in here because this, whatever it is, farm implement thing here, that rests against a big long white building. So I not true to the actual setup here, but you know what? It's a sketch, and it's a fast sketch. And let me put this up a little so I can get the ground in here. Now we'll just kind of, this part in here kind of fades out. And there's, this is all ground in here. Yeah, it's kind of fun to do. And of course, this is a telephone pole. And this is just a fast sketch. This isn't anything that I mean to be beautiful, even for urban sketching. It's nothing I mean to be beautiful. See, what do I have here? My elevator ended here. And I have, actually this grain bin butts up against the elevator. But you know what I'm going to do? There's a little building here, and I'm going to put him in there. He kind of goes this way. I'm going to put him in there. We'll even give him a little door and a window. And we'll shade him in a little. And then this is sky in my picture, but in real life, this green elevator butts up against this tall white cement structure. This is an older green elevator, I can tell, and the cement has got a lot of wear and tear on it in here. And it's circular in here. And then this is kind of the structure up on top, which has a whole bunch of antenna-like poles and a... I wonder why they have those there. Probably as warnings to airplanes not to crash into it. Probably some lights up there. And then there's a little fence around there in case they have to go up and change the light bulbs. And then there's a whole bunch of wires and stuff, poles and lines. This line comes down this way and comes over to this elevator. So let's shade this one in a little bit more so we can see that it's a separate building. So just a fast sketch. Just a fast sketch. I got a little perspective on in here. I'm not so concerned about this being a beautiful, detailed urban sketch as I am. I'm pretty happy with it. I wish I could get my seat to go back a little bit further. I don't know how I ever did urban sketching. Now I'm getting this all in the way. I have to figure out my setup a little bit better. But yeah, I'm live for about 23 minutes on here. It stopped once, but YouTube always stops on me. It might be fun. Once I get this figured out, it might be fun to do some live streams where I am sketching live. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off, and yeah.